Sleep isn't just rest, it's when your body does its real maintenance work. Your immune system resets, your gut microbiome tidies itself up, sorting through the disruptions of the day, like cleaning up scattered toys and putting everything back where it belongs. Your DNA repairs itself overnight. Your stem cells go out on patrol, checking what needs fixing and getting to work. There's an enormous amount of repair happening while you sleep, and one often overlooked piece of this is giving your body a break from digestion before bed. When you stop eating earlier in the evening, your brain isn't stuck juggling digestion and nutrient processing on top of everything else it needs to do overnight. You're essentially letting it run a deep cleaning cycle without the usual distractions. There's also a clear framework for thinking about how to support your immune system. Gut health and immune health are deeply linked. Most people assume the immune system lives somewhere like the spleen or the lymph nodes. And while it's there too, the surprising truth is that the majority of your immune system, by a wide margin, is actually housed in the walls of your gut. Picture a garden hose sliced in half. The thick wall of that hose is where your immune system resides. Meanwhile, your gut bacteria live inside that tube, and the two are in constant communication, like roommates separated by paper-thin walls, calling back and forth to each other all day. When your gut bacteria are thriving, that conversation keeps your immune system informed and responsive. So a good gut translates directly into a stronger, better regulated immune system. And it also helps keep inflammation down, partly through the short-chain fatty acids your gut bacteria produce. Building that kind of gut health isn't complicated. It comes down to eating plant-based foods rich in polyphenols, colorful foods like blueberries, strawberries, and bell peppers. Even the produce aisle's seemingly endless shades of green vegetables are part of this picture, along with the reds and oranges nearby. Polyphenols act as food for your gut bacteria, which is why they're called prebiotics. The other major prebiotic is dietary fiber, the thing your gut bacteria are essentially waiting around for, the way a baby bird waits with its mouth open for a worm. Not all fiber is identical. There's soluble and insoluble. But generally, fruits and vegetables are good sources, sometimes in surprising amounts, like blueberries or kiwis. Kiwis in particular stand out. They're not overly sweet, so they don't deliver a sugar spike, and their tartness comes from vitamin C, which matters for immune function, joint health, and lowering inflammation in its own right. Kiwis also carry dietary fiber in their flesh. Research has even found that eating a couple of kiwis a day can shift the makeup of your gut bacteria for the better in a remarkably short time. So if you're building a list of immune-boosting foods, you'd include things like kiwi, pomegranate, celery, broccoli, broccolini, and Brussels sprouts. Pretty much anything fibrous. But there are some less obvious entries too. Avocado, despite being soft, is a strong source of dietary fiber. Spread it on toast and you've added fiber without really noticing. Mushrooms are another surprise. As they cook down and soften, they're actually packed with a specific type of fiber called beta-glucan. This compound does a lot. It supports fiber intake, stimulates angiogenesis, helping blood vessel and circulatory health, lowers inflammation, feeds your gut microbiome, and even stimulates stem cells to support the body's regenerative processes. Collagen used to be something worth being skeptical of. From a scientific standpoint, the idea that eating a piece of joint tissue, even in gelatin form, could somehow make its way intact into your own joints and rebuild them seemed implausible. Stomach acid breaks things down. It doesn't ferry intact proteins to exactly where you want them. But the thinking on this has shifted, for two main reasons. First, clinical studies have actually shown measurable relief from osteoarthritis and milder forms of arthritis in people who consume collagen, reduced inflammation, and improved joint health that can be tracked. Second, there's now a clearer explanation for why. Collagen is a large, twisted chain of amino acids and proteins, and when you eat it, your stomach acid breaks it down into many smaller fragments. Those fragments enter your bloodstream, and it turns out they're biologically active. Circulating collagen fragments can actually signal fibroblasts, the cells responsible for collagen production, to make more collagen. So it's not the collagen you ate directly rebuilding your joints. It's those fragments triggering your body to produce its own. That said, it's not a cure-all. Anyone dealing with real joint issues should still see a doctor to manage the condition and protect their joints from further damage. This is something you can explore and research on your own, alongside, not instead of, professional care. Then there's creatine, which has built up a fairly remarkable track record. It's one of the more consistently validated supplements in clinical research, with very little downside. What stands out most is its connection to brain health, supporting cognitive performance and showing real promise around head trauma. That doesn't just mean serious cases like boxing-related injuries. Even something like a car accident or a fall on ice that results in a head hit falls into this category. Studies suggest creatine may help protect the brain and support recovery in these situations, which is part of why it's considered a supplement worth paying attention to. Whether it's right for any individual person is a decision to make based on the research, and ideally a conversation with your doctor, partly to rule out any interaction with medications you're already taking.